All of the recipes are super straightforward and designed to show you just how easy it is to make absolutely banging plant-based food at home.
I take the sweetness of the weather, keep the mood light as a feather, add the salt, add the pepper, mix my heart and soul together, cause it's better this way. Yeah, yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to the Brook 101, where I'm teaching you some of the recipes we've developed at Brook Restaurant over the past 7 years. Today we're going to be making a Panang style curry, so a Thai peanut curry. And I say Panang style because we have had to take out some of the ingredients. Even if you make a vegetable based one, it's got some things like fish sauce in. So I have obviously taken those out and replaced them with other ingredients that bring the same kind of thing to the dish. If you just take them out and leave it, it will be a little bit lacking. So you want to add a couple of things back in again. So that's what we've done here. Okay, so first up, vegetables. As with any kind of curry, you can really make this your own. I am using today mushrooms, aubergine and green pepper. I think they're an awesome combination for this dish. But, you know, really just get creative, go wild, use up whatever you've got in your fridge. It really works with loads of different things. So the first thing we're going to do for this curry is we're going to make a paste. We're going to fry off the paste and then we're going to turn it into a sauce and then put in the vegetables. So let's go through our ingredients. As I say, we've got mushrooms, aubergine and pepper. I've got a whole aubergine, a whole green pepper and about 10 mushrooms there, 8 to 10 mushrooms. We've got 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, a teaspoon of dried chili flakes, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a tablespoon of mango chutney, bit of a wild card ingredient there, but it works. We've got a lime. We're going to use the juice of a whole lime. I say about an inch of ginger. This is a little bit more because it's a bit of a thin bit, but don't need to peel it. A whole lot can go in. 1 red onion, a tin of coconut milk. We've got a teaspoon of miso paste, which is not a normal ingredient for Thai cooking, but it's because we've taken out the fish sauce. It's one of the things that really helps to add back that kind of flavour in. A teaspoon of ground coriander, a teaspoon of ground cumin, a little extra bit of ginger that we don't need, 4 whole garlic cloves, and that's it. That's us ready to start. I apologise if you can hear banging or drilling. I am filming this during lockdown in a warehouse next to a steelworks. Filming it by myself with a very shady camera setup. So there may be the odd noise that we don't need. But there we go, that's lockdown. Okay, so first thing we do in a food processor. So as you can see, I've got a very small little food processor. These are only about 15 quid. Really handy to have in the cupboard at home, no matter how small your kitchen is. And even if you need to make the paste in a couple of batches, you can do that too. So let's see if we can get the lot into one. So into this is going to go our garlic. We're going to pop in all of our onion, and because it's going to get blitzed down, we don't need to cut up too finely, but we do want to help the food processor do its job by taking that down a little bit. Okay, squish them in. And then the only thing we're going to leave out, aside from our vegetables, obviously, but I assume I didn't need to say that, is the mango chutney. Also just put the coconut milk aside for 1 minute. Let's pop in our ginger. Well, I'm actually just going to give that a little bit of a blitz, just so that the onions wiggle down a little bit and give us room for the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so into that, we've got our ground cumin, 1 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, teaspoon of miso, and this is red miso paste. Red and white do taste quite different, so I'd go for red miso. Teaspoon of dried chili flakes, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, squish it in, and then we want the juice of this whole lime. So mine's quite squishy, but if you've got a hard lime, just give it a roll on the surface and it will loosen up a bit inside. I cannot squeeze fresh limes without thinking I should be making margaritas. I don't know what that says about me. Well, actually, I do totally know what that says about me, but there we go. That's what you get for running a bar for 7 years. Now, what you might find when you start to mix up this paste is that there isn't enough wet ingredients in there to form a paste, depending on how big a blender you're using. If that happens, just put a couple of spoons of your coconut milk in with it, and it will help to loosen the whole thing up. That has worked just perfect in here. It was just big enough. Okay, so we're going to pop this straight into our pan and cook it off a bit before we add anything else. So you want to pop your pan on a medium heat. You don't want it obviously to go mad and burn, but you do want it to just get sizzling on the bottom. And we're going to cook it for about 10 minutes because we want it to go a slightly like darker colour brown and the flavours to all start to really come out. That's been cooking for, say, just over 5 minutes now, and you can see it's starting to go just sort of like a deeper shade of brown, and it's really like the moisture's coming out of it as it cooks down. It smells just amazing. All those different spices and the peanut all together, it's just delicious. Okay, so while that's finishing off, let's get our veg ready. I always say, you'll get tired of me saying, make sure you leave your veg in big chunks, otherwise you won't have anything to bite into. You know, without having meat in dishes, you really need to have something else in there that mixes up the texture. I think one of the biggest criticisms you hear of more traditional vegan food is that it's all just like a bowl of mush. So let's not make a bowl of mush. Let's make an amazing, big, chunky plate of food. So all of my vegetables I'm going to leave nice and big and chunky. Okay, so I would say that this paste is about ready now. So hopefully you can see what that's like. And it's been probably now been about 10 minutes or just over that that's been cooking for on a medium heat. So we're going to put our whole tin of coconut milk in with that. Such a rich, creamy curry, as you can probably tell. And we're going to pop our mango chutney in as well. Just make sure that's all nicely mixed. And then straight away we can put in all of our veg. We're going to cover it and leave it to cook down. Huge big chunks of aubergine. Okay, just make sure everything gets nicely covered. And then we're going to pop the lid on it, and we want it to simmer for about 30 minutes. You can check it every now and then if you want to give it a stir, but really let's leave it for 30 minutes and then we'll come back and see how it's doing. So if you're cooking along with me, hit pause, go and do something lovely for 30 minutes and we'll come back and see how it's doing. And we are back. So that's been now cooking for 20 minutes covered, and it's looking really good. The sauce is nice and thick and creamy, and the veg is cooking through, but it's still really big and chunky. So I would probably now leave that uncovered to cook for about another 10 minutes, which is perfect time to pop on some rice, or maybe chop up like an Asian slaw or salad, really simple. I'll do some recipes for those in some future videos. And then once the rice is cooked, you're ready to pop it all on the table and serve. I would just, on top of the curry, maybe put some fresh coriander, and that'll really bring like a nice fresh zing to the dish. But really, it's just amazing on its own. And if you have any left over, I highly recommend putting it in a sandwich, because I did that the other week and it was just incredible as a lunch. So there you have it. Very quick, simple, easy Panang style curry. It's a really decadent and rich dinner, all plant-based, but still got that nice, deep, kind of rich depth of flavour to it because of the extra ingredients we added in. So give it a try. Let me know how you get on. I hope you love it as much as I do.